Welcome back to On the Record. We're here at here in Toronto, and I'm here with David Spindler, a longtime friend, and been on the show before.
Yes.
I'm doing great now. So you started off in England, your career, then you went to Canada, and now you're in the U.S.
That's correct.
And you're doing e-business.
That's correct. So my responsibility is e-business for North America, which includes the Canadian marketplace and the U.S. marketplace.
So what does Tech Data do to help channel partners with, getting into e-business, and then once they're in there, what do you do?
Sure. So one of the things that distribution obviously is known for is a massive amount of data. So we get data from our vendors on whether it be orders or information, product specs, etc. And of course, we then amalgamate all that information together and then provide that to our resellers. Our resellers then place an order with Tech Data, and we pick, pack, and ship. The key is, how do we automate that? How do we make it simple to integrate and entangle with our resellers and make their life easier? Tech Data, for example, in the US carries over 750,000 products. We do over 1 billion pricing calculations a day. So when you think about that, how can a reseller truly take that information and put it into a usable format of information so it makes their life easy?
And how many people approximately, how many channel partners are using it?
Well, from an e-commerce perspective, there's various different portions of this. What I call a self-service type strategy, which is techdata.com and techdata.ca, where customers go and use the website to place orders, look up orders, look up product information, connect and understand about our cloud strategy, our mobile strategy, etc. And we get around about 5.5 million page views per month just in that area, just 1 month. Then, of course, that's the self-serve. Then from the self-serve, then we add an integrated model. So then on the integrated side of it, we have EDI and XML. So EDI being the more traditional or older type of technology, and XML being the more ping or faster technology. When you put that all together, it's around about 80% of our overall business is done electronically, not revenue, but more of the order or information flow backs and forwards.
Which is great for everybody. It's faster for them to get the information than it used to be, and for you guys, it's a lot less expensive once you get it together.
Yeah, it makes it very efficient for the reseller. They can give us an order in the morning. We can tell them when the order shipped, who it shipped with, what the serial number, what the tracking information of that order is, when they expect to get it at their location, and we put their logo and information on that invoice or packing slip, so it looks like to the end user it came directly from them.
Yeah, which is terrific.
Yeah.
Like, it gets rid of so many of the different things. So it gives you the guys, though, it really helps you going back to the vendors too, because they get to see what's doing, and I assume you get a full suite of metrics.
Yeah, so on the analytical side, we for sure provide that level of information back to the vendors. I mean, Murray talked about in his opening session today about big data. We can tell a vendor now what products are sold in what time of the day. We can tell what products are sold through what medium, whether it be a mobile device, whether it be on the web, through a sales rep, through an EDI, through an XML. We can tell them what the price was sold, how often it was sold. So what it does, it gives a whole pile of information. If you think about it, it's so powerful that it's kind of come to the point where you can have a little dashboard and say, well, we've got about 1,000 people that looked at this particular product, and we only sold 250 of them. Why? Okay, so maybe it's the price. Maybe the people that are looking at it, aren't authorized for it. What is that information? What do we have to do to turn the dial to drive that sale? How to drive the activity?
Yeah, it's amazing, eh? The technology has come so far, eh?
Yes.
And if you look at it, like when you and I both first got into this industry, we talked about how technology was going to make our lives easier, but that really never happened up until about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's unstoppable. I mean, people say, are you more accessible today? I would say, in some cases, less, because of the sheer amount of data that we have to deal with. We just recently launched our Access TD product, which is really now taking Tech Data mobile. So let's say I'm a reseller and you're an end user. So I talked to you yesterday on the phone, and you placed an order with me, and now I'm in your office, I'm in front of you, and you're asking me a question, well, where's my order? Or can I add to that order? Now all of a sudden, from a mobile device, you can find that information out at your fingertips, and it's as fast and as live as you pressing a button.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy, but good crazy this
Yes,
time, which
very
is
good crazy.
where typically, if you go back 20 years, 30 years, or even 10 years, when we talked about things being crazy in the industry, it was because they didn't work and they didn't do what they were supposed to. Especially now with all the gadgets and the devices and it's a whole new world. And if a channel partner isn't doing this, if they're trying to do everything the old way, phone in, talk, go through the whole processes, they're pretty much insane to do that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, business is still done with people. Let's be honest. I mean, you've got to have a relationship. You've got to deal with people. It's not all online. Online is a tool, and if you haven't got a strategy that's focused towards online mobility and them type of technologies, I think you're going to be left in the dust. I think when you look 10, 15 years ago, and you remember these times, and 10, 15 years ago, where a memory module was $1,300, now it's $13 for the exact same memory module. You can't make money just selling a memory module and have a human answer the phone. You can't.
For sure.
So people are looking at their business based on an activity now versus what margin am I making? How can I go for that business in a profitable manner? How can I deal with that?
Perfect. Thanks for being on the
Thanks for your
show.
time. Cheers.